Alright, not screwing around this time. Jumping right in to Small Brawl. Hoping that I've re-enabled my shoulder buttons so that I can actually play this game properly. We are not going to have unlimited specials here. If we did, the speedrun would be much faster. As I mentioned, this week is going to be a cop-out. Small Brawl is a very easy speedrun with no real strats to it. But it had to be done eventually. It's also a cop-out in the sense that Outlaw is probably optimal, but there are a few other choices that I'm maybe going to try out later, just to amuse myself. Outlaw Special, though, is unbelievably powerful. Ridiculously broken. We're definitely going to want to use some Outlaw. I don't know when... There it is, that's when the game starts. Threw down a save state, specifically because I didn't know if hitting X there would begin the game, so that I could properly set my timer. Make sure the timer actually works. There, everything should work. Famous last words. Let's see how Small Brawl treats us. I'm guessing probably pretty well. The load times are bad. But overall, this should be a nice, easy game. Killing enemies in this game has always been very, very simple, and I'm accidentally on medium difficulty. I forgot to set my difficulty down. I don't know if that's actually going to matter at all. You know what, just for the sake of argument. It's really the only thing I'm doing that is a measurable time save is reducing the difficulty. Otherwise, we're really just doing a vanilla run. I have heard that possibly this game is easier on medium compared to easy difficulty because enemy aggression gets turned down, and on certain levels that makes enemies just ignore you for an incredibly long time. I remember my free shot inputs, which are the same as Twisted Metal Black's. Not that I'm getting any free shots here, so using the special. As noted, its damage output is vulgar, because you can hammer the attack button to increase it. This is going to make grinding this game way more difficult. Because, you know, rapid firing any button is going to sort of put a lot of strain on your wrists and tendons and whatnot. So it's probably a good thing I won't have to grind this game very much, although it is good practice for Twisted Metal Black, where I suspect that Crazy 8 might be a good, viable option for speedrunning. And yet no one has really used Crazy 8. So I could be wrong, but I definitely want to try that out when I get around to Black. And Black uses this game's variant of the taser on a vehicle that is in no way Outlaw. Here's the first level where we sort of get into strats. Because even though we aren't going to be doing anything special throughout this, besides literally using our special, we do want to maximize the number of times we can use our special. And one way to do that is to kill ourselves. So, like, stand right here, get ground up, Maybe lure some enemies to get ground up as well. Accidentally regenerated a special and used it immediately. Okay, my health is way, way, way too high to die to that thing. If the patrolling skull would come by, that would kill me nice and quick. There he is. Take me out, good buddy. So destroying ourselves is just optimal peak efficiency. And there it is. And that's kind of fun. We get to blow ourselves up constantly. But we're on to another level that does not have any instant death traps. Or rapid death traps, for that matter. I think the stove might be able to burn us pretty quickly. That might be worth a shot. But the microwave is pretty pathetic. And there's really not much of anything else here. Always want to keep our health low, which is antithetical to the nature of our special, which regenerates our health. As though it weren't broken enough. Also, what I'm doing to get the optimal number of uses of our special, or the most button presses of the attack button while the special is active, is reaching across the controller, using my right hand to repeatedly hammer that trigger button. So far, so good. And then we can just use the D-pad to steer ourselves as necessary while that's all going on. That's less than ideal. Guess we want to prioritize Twister kills in case she decides to camp the stairs that give us access to most of the level. I have learned that apparently the microwave is activated by shooting any part of the walls. You don't actually have to shoot the door. And the microwave opened on top of me, so I literally cannot move right now. I was stuck inside the glass. I tried for a mid-air snapshot with the power missile. So this has gone badly. Oh, it's Twister again. Should be able to kill Twister with this, I hope. Our special is legitimately that ridiculous. And it can outright kill the weaker enemies with a single use. If you hammer it fast enough. Like so. And there we go. But 3 whole minutes in that level. Gross. For what we hope will be a significantly less than a half-hour run, you don't want to see that. Here's a level with death traps, and it's pretty long. There's a ton of enemies here. Might get stuck here for quite a while. But you do kind of want to stack enemies up before you use your special. Because that could have killed Grim, but I didn't want to risk wasting it. Like accidentally activating the next usage of my special. But the active special will seek out a new target if you kill your current target. which is, again, ridiculous. It should, at the very least, disconnect. Used to outright kill somebody. But no, nothing stops the Outlaw special. Aside from Sweet Tooth special in Twisted Metal 4, and its imitators, like Moonbuggy special, there really is not any more powerful one in the entire series. Club Kids is more obnoxious, for what that's worth. Some people value being irritating. Typically not the people you want to play much of anything with. Much less Twisted Metal. There's our death traps. The racist caricatures. I didn't even bother to change the stream title or whatever. I am phoning it in today. If Trapper comes over here, he'll probably get stabbed by all these guys. I'll probably die from it because Trapper's health is absolutely vulgar. Unless he gets stabbed. I'll bully him in. Or try at least. If it doesn't work, hopefully we'll just die. Here. I'll show him how it's done. I don't want to touch that because it's a health refill, damn it. Refilling my health here. Against my will. And we're probably just not going to get him to touch the spikes. I've seen it happen before, but you don't want to rely on it. Hammering that attack button. This would have killed multiple regular enemies. Trapper is absurd. And uses his shield way more frequently than anyone else. Might be the only enemy that uses his shield throughout this entire game. There. Everyone is defeated. So there's really not a ton of variance to much of anything in Small Brawl. Not a lot of ways to make things any slower or faster. Just how many specials can you spam? Now, one of the viable vehicles is Mr. Slam, or just regular Slam. He's not a Mister in this game. And he can, like, hurl enemies into the death traps, in theory. I was worried my special was going to get canceled there. But yeah, Mr. Slam could stand right about here. Throw enemies right into the grinder. We could as well. We'd have to be pretty lucky. I'm not counting on it. Counting on this. Grind myself. Sometimes an enemy will take your lead and jump in the grinder as well. For now, specials. Did not get enemies grouped up close enough. Definitely wasted a bit of that special. If an environmental is successful, it's a guaranteed instant death. But it is rarely successful. Oh, this is good. I can kill both these guys. Would even have had a little left over for Warthog. Let's see if he'll follow me. He did follow me, but easily dodged the grinder, taking him out. Yeah, this is the first one that I'm speedrunning that actually lets us die. Normally, if you die, it's very, very, very bad for your run. It wastes a ton of time and gets you closer to losing the run entirely. Please let me out of the save menu. God. Menuing is going to be irritating. I'm not actually going to run this game very much. I just need a good time. We're probably going to get a decent time with this very first attempt. Although this is where things get dicey. As the enemies are so far apart. So far away from you. Yeah, I just wasted my entire special there. Outlaw's extremely fast. But no one is fast enough to make this level tolerable. Not even like a Twister. Got an environmental attack here that could theoretically be pretty useful. I've never seen it actually work. Maybe just my bad luck. I am surprised that Warthog survived that. Now I'm sort of without all my resources. Slam decided to pit maneuver me. Why not? Oh, we had something there. Lost it bad, though. I'm out of turbo. I don't know where any turbo pickups are. There's one. 10-yard line. Look at how far everyone is. Not again. It happened again. So this level is going to make running this game quite the nightmare. I mean, it's doing so right now. I had the chance to die from this guy. Finish me off. What did I do to you? Won't even kill me. There's no weapons anywhere? Okay. finally almost free. That entire song played out. What a nightmare. That level sucks, but that's where a lot of the time save is going to come in. What a miserable level. This one is where the likes of Slam can theoretically draw out huge time saves. But we can also get pretty big time saves here because it's extremely easy to die. Just do to ourselves what Slam would do to us if he were here. And competent with his own special. Steering with just the D-pad is actually kind of difficult. That's a necessary step while we are hammering that special. This feels like it's going to waste some time. Goodrich Games did recently confirm that Warthog was supposed to be Grasshopper. They just changed it at the last second. I forget why, but Goodrich is doing streams of his own. And they are well worth watching. I mean, he's got a lot of good inside information. Way more than I could possibly have. Guy was there. Still hammering the attack button as quickly as I can. There. Only about 2 minutes there, so... Weird yellow screen. That doesn't happen on console. We're playing on emulator because load times are bad enough as it is. This is a level that technically has like 3 boss fights in it. Oh, looks like the movie on the screen is a alien causing a big explosion or something? Like a UFO? At first it looked like a blimp. I've never actually paid attention to the movie on the screen during the loading of this level. Because that's a weird thing to pay attention to. Here's another level where I can't reasonably kill myself. Which is a goal, something we want to be able to do. So getting my special back is going to be nigh impossible. I'm gonna have to regenerate it legitimately. I don't want to use it right now because I'm about to summon Piecemeal. I want to be able to get him off screen quickly. This game has always severely lacked turbo refills. Another massive negative for the sake of speedrunning. We'll just stand here, abuse one another, till I run out of ammo, unfortunately, but... yeah, it's gonna be time to release the popcorn machine. I don't trust that he won't die the second I start using a special, because yeah, he definitely would have. Free the popcorn. That'll get me a power missile, I think. And not a ton else. Don't know if it's possible to do significantly more damage with the special. I feel like I'm hammering the attack as rapidly as I can. And it outright kills some of the weaker enemies. About all you can ask for. I'll immediately shield, why not? There's no way it would be able to kill me. Use my own special against me, why don't you? Or use Mr. Slams, that's adorable. Well, it did successfully kill me. Underestimated the thing. Oh. Want to use another special just yet. I want to have these power missiles. Shadow's seen better days. I think I have to use a special just to be able to hit it. Because it's just slightly above the ground, I couldn't hit it with anything else. I noticed Shadow's dot was all glitchy before Piecemeal was summoned. And it remains glitchy, and Piecemeal got a health refill. Somehow a full health refill. So, yeah, this is going extraordinarily badly. Losing a lot of time to Piecemeal. But he does spawn right on top of a health refill. Could have done something about that. My special regenerates so much health that I'm back up to full. Doing nothing but spamming that. I don't think he's going to leave until he's down to like a quarter of his health, which is where he should have started at. But that health refill really helped him out. We'll just stand here, look at each other, appreciate worthy opponents, and continue to suffer. Ricochet bombs are pretty terrible. Power missiles are not. Now, this game has that physics glitch. So I'm often moving backwards when I'm trying to move forwards and vice versa. And that has made aiming quite difficult throughout this whole endeavor. Yeah, we are going to have to remember the possibility that the big guy can get a health refill simply by spawning in if we're not careful. So if he does that, we apparently lose like 3 minutes outright. And the death there, no problem. Even though I did have a special ready to go. Pretty gross. But We got a time on the books, and we could shave minutes off of now slaying. Many minutes, in fact. I'm not used to the ending actually playing, because it doesn't do that in Twisted Metal 3. Not being alive. Thank you. Okay, that level went very, very badly, and I still saved like 20 seconds. Darkside is a beast, and I'm going to keep grinding Darkside a little bit. And I was on medium difficulty. I did not want to be on medium difficulty. So this run is essentially irrelevant, and I have to beat it now. Actually starting the timer is the hardest part, doing this speed run. Whatever that's worth. And Axel and Shadow again. Two that ruined my most recent run. That could be Outlaw or Twister. Oh, and that was Thumper, not Shadow. And Outlaw, we now know. We didn't get any vehicles that are truly low armor. They're stacked up beautifully. They're no longer stacked up beautifully. They realized the danger of their proximity to one another and the fact that Outlaw was accidentally attacking Axel, and decided to split up. They Scooby-Dooed me. And now we're into the creepy carnival. Turns out the real Sweet Tooth was Mr. Jenkins. Corrupt bank owner. Something. They would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you twisted meddling kids. Had to squeeze that one in. Because obviously. Could get more special real soon here. Take those. That is a time save of nearly a second. Exactly a second. Now that I look closer. There might actually be more than 48 seconds of time save, considering this game doesn't have 8 load screens, but 16. Or 15, I guess, is the first level. Or the last level doesn't have a meaningful second time load screen have. Look at this stack up. Was beautiful. Pretty bad job taking advantage of it. But there are actually weapons up here for once. I seem to have brought some with me from the last level. Too bad I missed that napalm. Might be our first timed save in Easy Death Oven in a while. Hope I didn't speak too soon. Yeah, that was a big time save. I even split slightly late. Now to see if mini golf ruins us. Will we sink the putt, or will this sink our run? Getting good at the bad commentary. I like to think. Not seeing a lot of enemies around. You like to see groups. Probably the biggest group I'm gonna get. I think I hit them both. Do I like this game any better, having speedrun it? Well, it's things that are bad are amplified and worsened by the nature of the speedrun. But I definitely appreciate a lot of things about it way more. Hard to clearly say whether or not that's me liking it. Me just getting addicted to it in a weird way. I have a lot of weapons right now. Used almost all of them, so it's probably a good time to die, and indeed I did. This is shaping up to be kind of a beautiful time save, actually. Provided nothing small brawlish happens right now. It sort of didn't. Yeah. Best mini golf yet. So this is probably the least fun Twisted Metal game that exists. But I love a lot of the design choices. It's just got a weak engine. The engine is deeply, deeply, deeply flawed. But the speedrun often takes advantage of its flaws. So maybe the flaws are good. Who can say? More than anything, I can say I'm enjoying this speed run probably the most of the 3 I've tried. It's very frustrating. But I feel like other people who've worked on this speed run really did not achieve its full potential. I mean, they mostly used Outlaw, which is fun. But Darkside is clearly extremely viable. I was excited to find out just how viable. So I find Darkside way more fun to play as. Fortunately, I'm losing this run. Didn't lose it entirely, but I needed to save a lot more time. There has been no word of a new Twisted Metal game since January. And since they failed utterly to tie it into the TV show, I would assume it is increasingly unlikely for a very long time. Then again, they sort of drop things without warning these days. So, who could possibly know? Beautiful. The TV show was a quality program that I enjoyed significantly. I considered it well worth my time. I've been waiting 4 years for it. It was actually announced 2 days before I started my Twisted Metal 1 Let's Play. I don't quite think it was worth 4 years of anticipation. But what is? Nothing. I don't have a lot of complaints about the television program. Pretty much exceeded all expectations. If we're very low, why are you so far away? Spectre went the exact opposite direction of me while I was going for one weapon pickup. Wasting upwards of 20 seconds. I feel like if they did make a new game, it would be a tie-in to the TV show, which is the only reason they decided they were making a game in the first place. The TV show was sort of open adventure more so than a tournament brawler. Twisted Metal 2012 more closely resembles that open adventure. You know what might be cool, though, is if instead of a Season 2, or in the very likely scenario that they don't get a Season 2, they release a game that follows up on the series. Because there is very, very, very much a way that they could do that. That would satisfy myself and many others. You can certainly hope something like that occurs. Ooh, double tap on that collision. Fairly beautiful time save. The Twisted Metal developers wanted an open world game for quite a long time. 2012 was their, like, desperate attempt to sort of make that happen. And it didn't go so great. They kind of split the difference, made it a tournament game with sort of open element. And no one ended up happy. Actually, a lot of people liked the 2012 game. Never fully been able to understand why. Not that it's horrible, but people, like, love it. And that is baffling. Power missiles might have just saved this run. Pushing piecemeal around, getting frozen by him. No weapons. But death would actually be kind of okay. But is probably not forthcoming, because who's going to kill me? I have the highest armor. Piecemeal will kill me. And then all will be well. Popcorn machines on the go, which I also wanted. Piecemeal destroyed the popcorn machine? Did that just happen? Can that happen? Okay, that does not appear to have happened. Or if it did, the stage just exploded sympathetically. Couldn't live without the popcorn machine. Getting thumped. pretty badly. Not badly enough. Resources are dwindling down to nothing. Been a death sentence for many a run. However, working on the enemies so consistently throughout this has actually paid off. It is drop dead the second that piecemeal despawns. Come on, let's see the end of this. In the next 30 seconds, kindly. Yeah. That is sub 20. And my goal has been achieved. Darkside sub 20. Yeah, going into this, I did not expect that to be possible. The highest ranked runs of this game are just barely dipping below sub 20, and I'm playing on a non-optimal version. The emulator loses about 40 seconds, we'll say, although it could be much more. Haven't done all the math. So we are in 4th place, which is significantly higher place than we are in any of the other speedruns I've attempted. Hell yes. Thank you so much, Dreki. This is actually worthy of celebration. So we were in 6th place in Twisted Metal 1, which was a fantastic time. Took a lot of grinding. Oh, nice. Thank you for the follow as well. Glad to have you. I do tons of Twisted Metal content, so tune in. Every Monday at least, and most other days where I do speedruns. If you like Twisted Metal, I got a lot for you. 6th place in Twisted Metal 1, I think 7th in Twisted Metal 3. Those are both very competitive games. Small Brawl, I didn't grind quite as much, I don't think. I grounded quite a bit, but mostly as Outlaw, and then I switched to Darkside. And then I ground it down to sub 20 for a nice, handy 4th place. And higher ranks are attainable. I might be done with speedrunning Small Brawl. This was a goal I did not believe was within my reach until 2 days ago when I picked up Darkside for the first time and discovered that it was incredibly powerful. So thanks again for joining me. It's been surprisingly fun and exciting. This is the most fun I've ever had with Twisted Metal Small Brawl. We'll see if the next game can be similarly fun.